Hey guys, it has been a while. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be drafting a bustier pattern from scratch to finish. These are the measurements needed to draft the pattern, and this right here is my measurement, and that's what we're going to be using. Please do well to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Now let's get right into the video. So these are what we are going to be using to draft our pattern. So I'm going to start by drawing a straight line at the top of my pattern paper. Now that line will serve as my shoulder line, and I'll be taking all my measurements from that point. Thereafter, I'll mark my bust point, which is 9.5 inches. I also mark my under bust point, which is 12.5 inches. I'm still placing my tape on the shoulder line. I'll mark my waist point, which is 16 inches. Then I will draw a straight line across all the marks I've just made, just as you can see me do. And then I'll go to my shoulder. I'll mark my neck line, which is 3 inches wide and 3 inches deep, because this is our standard neck line. So I'll just use my French curve to just connect the points I've just marked, just as you can see me do. So it's very simple. Thereafter, I will come to my bust line and I'll go up by 2 inches to get my chest line. Okay, just go up by 2 inches. Now this new line I'm drawing out here is my chest line. Then I also mark my shoulder measurements, which is 7. Shoulder measurement divided by 2 gave me 7, so I'll just mark it there and I'll just draw a straight line down to meet my chest line. Now this is to get our armhole. Also, I'll go down by 1 inch for our shoulders to get our shoulder slope, because our shoulder is not straight. And thereafter, I'll measure my shoulder, my armhole, whatever I have there, I'll divide it by 2 and mark the midpoints. Okay, this is to get our armhole curve. Then on that midpoint, I'll go in by 1/2 inch to get our curve. I'll also mark my bust measurement divided by 4. I'll mark it there, give me 8 inches. So I'll connect these points from the shoulder down to the midpoint we marked and down to the chest line, to the point I marked in the chest line, just as you can see me do. I'll just use my French curve to just connect it, just as you can see. It's very easy, very understandable. Just watch me. Okay. And then for my darts, I will divide my nipple to nipple measurements by 2. Now that gave me 3.5 inches. So I'll mark it on my bust line, on my under bust line, and on my waistline. And I'll go in and out on the point I've just marked on my waistline by 1/2 inch each on both sides. Okay. Then I'll just draw a straight line as you can see. Then the point I've just marked on my waistline, the 2 points, I'm just going to connect it. So I'm just going to connect it to that point, as you can see, for my darts. Now this is a basic bodice pattern that I've just drafted. I drafted this to make this bustier very easy for you to understand. So we're going to go now into the full construction of our bustier pattern. So I'm going to measure from my bust to my under bust, whatever inches I have there. I'm going to just take it round, just as you can see. Okay, I'm going to put my tape at the tip of my bust line. I'm just going to measure it round, as you can see. I'm just going to take 3 inches round like that. Ensure that your tape is at the tip of the dart on the bust line. It doesn't move, else your measurement won't come out well. Okay, so I'm just going to take it round, 3 inches round, as you can see. It is very easy. I'm measuring 3 inches because when I measured from my bust line to my under bust line, it gave me 3 inches. But yours can be 4 inches. Yours can be 4.5 inches. So just based on what it gives you, you mark it there. Thereafter, I will, on the under bust line, I'll go in by 1/2 inch. This is to tighten our under bust region. So I'll go in here by 1/2 inch, and on the other side I'll also go in and out 1/2 inch, and I'll just connect that point I've just marked down to my waist line, to the leg darts on my waistline, just as you can see in the video. It is very easy. Then I'll also use my French curve to connect that point to the tip of the dart, just as you can see. It is very easy. Please, if you do not understand what I just did, you can just simply rewatch this part before you proceed. So I'll go now to my shoulder. I will measure it. Whatever I have there, I'll divide it by 2. When I measured it, it was 4 inches. Divided by 2 gave me 2 inches. So I'll mark the midpoint there, and I'll use my ruler to just connect that point down to my bust line, just as you can see. Then whatever I have here, I'm going to replace it there. So I'll measure it. I got 1.5 inch, so I'm going to be replacing it over here. So I'll give 1 inch. I'll give 1 inch here, and I'll give 1/2 inch to this side. Now I'll just use my ruler to just connect it down to the bust line. Just as you can see, it's very easy. As you can see, our bustier is coming out. So I will also take 1/4 inch here. This is to avoid gaping, and I also do the same thing here, 1/4 inch. Now I'll just connect it like so, and these other lines I will just cancel it so that I'm not confused. Okay, so you can see our bustier is coming out gradually. So I'll just connect this point now. So I'll connect this point by going down to create a sweetheart neckline. I will just go down on my chest line by 1/2 inch, as you can see me do here. I'll just go down by 1/2 inch. Then I'll just connect that point to my French curve, just as you can see. Yes, so that's give me my sweetheart neckline. And then here I'll measure whatever I have here. Give me 1 inch. I'll divide it by 2. Then I'll go down by 1/2 inch. Then I'll just draw a line, a straight line there. Then I'll just connect this point to this point with my French curve. Beautiful. So I will just add my round body measurements now. So my round bust is 32 divided by 4 give me 8. Then I'll replace whatever I have here. Give 1 or 2 inches. I'm going to mark it here as well, replacing the dart we took there, then adding my 1.5 stitching allowance to it. Then my round waist divided by 4 give me 6.25 inches. Then the dart we have here, that's 1 inch, I replaced it. It's very important, if not your bustier is not going to come out well. Then plus my 1.5 inch stitching allowance. So I'm just going to connect the last points, all the last points together, just as you can see me do. And yay, our bustier for the front panel is ready. As you can see, it is very, very easy to draft. If you finish drafting this, you can simply just cut it out on your fabric. It is very, very easy. With this, you are certain that your bustier is going to come out amazing. So just notice the way I cut it so that you do not cut along the wrong line. Okay. And this is our bustier for the front panel. Came out really nice. So let's move to the back panel. So I have already drafted out the panel for the back. Now if you do not know how to draft a basic bodice, you can simply watch a video I've made on it. So the link is on the description box. So I've already drafted the back panel. So what I'm going to go ahead to do now is at this chest line, I'm just going to go down by 1 inch here, and here I'm going to go down. Remember we went down by 1/2 inch. You're going to be doing same thing here. So I'm going to just mark the midpoint here, then go down by 1/2 inch. Then I will just connect the point I've just marked, just as you can see me do. It's very easy, very, very easy. So I'll just also insert my round body measurements. So my round bust divided by 4 gave me 8 inches. Then I'll add my 1.5 inch stitching allowance. I'll add my 1.5 inch stitching allowance here on my chest line. Then on my waistline, I'll mark my waist, round waist divided by 4. Then I'll replace my dart here, which is 1 inch. Then I'll also add my 1.5 inch for stitching allowance. Then I will just connect all the last points that I marked together with my ruler. And that is all for the back panel. As you can see, it is very, very easy. I trust that you found this video very, very helpful. So please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Do well to comment and share. So this is how you cut it. So this is our front and back panel. Thanks for watching.